He did it again! See, my sound cue game is on point.
So, if anything does happen, just send a report.
Who was that?
That should be about it.
Night 1. Night shift. This is a really long loading screen. Oh.
Hello and welcome to Circus Baby's Pizza World. You are in establishment number
No
1.
nose honk is
I
absolutely
am a
insane.
VOS, short for Advanced Voiceover System. I will be your personal guide for the week. To get started with your training,
there's no
please
nose honk.
activate your camera system.
Okay.
Using the camera system, you will be able to keep watch.
The
of
designs are
entire
actually
establishment.
insanely good.
Your job, essentially, is to watch the cameras and
I
make sure
assume,
everything
I assume this is
remains
where
in a sense
Funtime
of order.
Fox is at.
We wouldn't want anything to ruin our approaching grand opening, would we? While still on the topic of the camera systems, this concludes the end of your training shift. Please leave the establishment immediately. You'll work your first full shift tomorrow.
That's what I mean, I'm the king, okay? It's too easy. It's too easy, okay? What is this? What is this? I assume so? No? Yes? I wasn't listening though? No? Did Avos move? Is it supposed to move? So what I like about this is that it's taking the cool parts about the actual FNAF sister location, but it's kind of just turning it into like a traditional FNAF game, which is pretty fun. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, you know, real life stuff going on. But I figured the first video that I would use to quote unquote come back, because I don't know what's going on, but I figured I'd record this for fun, is to be a FNAF game, because this is the most fun I had on YouTube, was to make FNAF videos. But definitely would have other ideas in the future. Look
Hello
up.
and welcome back to Circus Baby.
There's a vent,
You are about to begin
and
your
I can't even
first
close it
full
with
shift
one
as a
click.
member
Let's
of
just
our
hold
team.
it.
Today we will be covering the doors. You can use
Okay.
these to protect yourself from any harm coming your way.
I didn't know that.
However, these doors are magnetically sealed using electromagnets. This essentially means they use a lot of power to keep sealed. So use them sparingly in order to avoid a power outage.
I've never understood
And
how
if you
keeping the
haven't
doors
noticed
closed
yet,
would
there is a
actually
vent
use more power than
maintenance
keeping them
entrance
up.
located directly above your work
But I guess
area.
that's one way to cope.
While you'll have no need to use the entrance, it might become necessary for you to manually hold the hatch shut if anything were to get inside the vent.
Yeah, I noticed.
This concludes the end of your training. I'll be on standby through all future shifts. Goodbye.
But what this kind of looks like to me is legit, like, if FNAF Sister Location came out after, like, around the time that the first 3 came out. This is kind of what this reminds me of. Which is the feel that attracted me to the game, personally. The only thing I think is a little different is that, like, I don't really like how, okay. Bro's giving me the bombastic side eye. So, I just don't like, there's like too much of a similarity though. That's like the only thing I could say, but other than that, I think I like the continuity with the first 3. It's just the only issue is that it is too much like the 3. Or the first 2, I guess I would say. Or the first 1 game, actually, because they technically didn't have a Pirate's Cove in the second game. Or the third game, so actually no, not even just the first trilogy, just with the first game. And there's a Pirate's Cove. But the thing is, there's no out of order sign. So that's different. So it kind of like mixes them up a little bit with like the first 2, right? Where it kind of It's like 1, 2, and sister location mixed. It takes the... What was that? I assume that's Funtime Freddy? It is. See, look at that. Like, the graphics in this game are insane. The FNAF fan games have been absolutely going crazy, dude. I was playing JRs, which I was planning on playing on the channel. Okay, Funtime Foxy's coming out too. I wonder if Funtime Foxy has like the same mechanic as the first Foxy, where if you just keep an eye on him or just stand the cameras in general, that he'll move slowly or be more stunned, and just if you don't watch him, he'll just run at your door. But what I was gonna say though, I lost my train of thought. Is that whoa, okay. Hearing the soundtrack just kind of like very not seamlessly just repeat itself was kind of like taking away from the immersion. But who cares, really? The music isn't what I'm necessarily going to be listening to. But how much stock did they put into the ambience and the feeling of the game is definitely something I'm a fan of. But no, what I was going to say though is that it's kind of like a mix of the first two and Sister Location, where it has the characters setting of Sister Location, but it also has largely the gameplay of the first game, you know, 2 doors, camera, but it also has the second game where you have a vent. But instead of the vents not being able to be closed, and you have a mask, you just close the vent. But you still have a vent, and you have a music box-esque game mechanic that you have to always watch, which forces you to stay on your cameras much more than just having to look at Foxy or see where the animatronics are going to be at. Because if you just wanted to, without those 2 mechanics, you would kind of just like look around, listen for sound cues, and just close the doors or the vents whenever you needed. But with this, it's kind of like you have to stay on the cameras as much as you can, and you also have like a set amount of fuel that you can use, so you don't use it all up at once, and because if you do, you'll screw. So that's kind of cool. Like seeing FNAF fan games go from like the Return to Freddy's, which was one of my favorites, even though not many people's favorites, but I love Return to Freddy's. But like it's very, you could tell it's a fan game too. If I were to travel in time, my 10, 12-year-old self.
Yes, we got the freaking thing.
And then play this without knowing any context, just playing this game, I would think that this was a legit FNAF game. Like, I low-key think this is what they should have went for a little bit more, Sister Location. Only because Sister Location, I like the ideas, but one, around that time was when I kind of wasn't really a big fan of the lore and where they went with the lore. And then 2, how almost the entire game is basically scripted was not what I was really a fan of. Especially finding out the part with like Ballora, where you're having to crawl to the maintenance room. I forgot what it was. What room we had to crawl to. We had to crawl to a room going through Ballora's gallery, and I think that's what it's called. I might be getting all the names wrong and mixed up. But Ballora, like, you have to listen for Ballora if she's coming close, and if she's coming close, you stop moving. If she's not close, you can move. But there's a part of it that's literally scripted, where like when you can see her come across your screen, that entire thing is scripted, and that was a huge issue. Nothing happened. That was an issue for me. But I mean, Sister Location, like, what I did like about it is that it felt more like an actual game instead of like an indie game. But the issue was that like they took like a lot of what was good about the first 3 and they didn't really use it. All right, that was what. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. See, I don't know how you usually function, my friend, so I can't tell you. Yes, no. Is it supposed to? That's like the weirdest question. Is Avos supposed to move? Move. No. Yes. No. Actually, I think he did. I think I heard him say something. I don't know. Did you guys see the FNAF movie? Oh God. It was, yeah. Not the biggest fan of it. Not the biggest fan. I haven't seen the trailer to the second one too. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of where they're going. It seems like they're trying to aim a little bit more towards the okay. So he did malfunction. Oh wow. Okay, so Ballora and Freddy are. This is like already like a way. Okay, this is way different. All right. But no, the FNAF 2 movie. The FNAF or the first FNAF movie was like. I was more very underwhelmed because I waited since I was like 10.
Freaking sing.
Since like this movie was actually announced like almost a decade ago. Let's say 11, 12 then. But like a decade ago. Cause they've been talking about a FNAF movie since like around the time FNAF 2 was like the latest game. Holy crap. So the direction in which they took it was I was not a big fan. And then like, because one, you have hardly any really security guard activities. And it kept handing the lore to you, which also wasn't like the biggest fan. Because what I liked about the early FNAF games is that they didn't spoon feed to you the lore. They kept it very cryptic and subtle, and you had to find for yourself what was the lore, right? So, and then like when I kind of just wanted to get up and walk out of the room. Oh my God, that sound cue. Dude, I'm the god of FNAF. Anyway, when I got up and walked out of the room was like around the time when like they were literally having a party with the robots, with the animatronics. They're all like sitting in a circle together.
Me too. But I think it's gonna.
It's like, oh my God. Like, come on, dude. It's like completely derailed the entire movie for me. Like, erased all immersion. My little cousin loved it though. She loved the movie. Okay, she loved the movie. And honestly, I was happy that it was getting enjoyment from little kids. That scared the crap out of me. Oh my goodness. So does she come from the left door? Anyway, I was happy that someone is getting some enjoyment out of this because I sure wasn't, okay? Especially waiting this long for a movie and then that was what it was. Not a big fan, bro. But, whatever. You know what I mean? They're not, okay, you're still here. Sweet. So, you know. So I really like this too. Because you can like, hear them throughout the establishment. The ambience, they did really well with the ambience in this game. And like seeing them up to the door like that. They did really well with these designs, in my opinion. They did really well with these designs, in my opinion, bro. Like, dude, they knocked it out of the park. Because this actually seems like a FNAF game. And one small side note. There's someone in the vent. There's someone in the vent, dude. Okay. So Ballora can attack you from all angles. So Foxy hasn't moved. Because I don't imagine that when he runs out, he just closes the curtains behind him. Okay, there we go. So he's... So I definitely like this. And it's like, it's different too. Ballora doesn't just attack from one area, so like you don't have to only listen to one sound cue for Ballora. You can, like, she attacks from the vent to the left and right doors. So that's pretty different. I wonder if this vent has anything to do with anything. No? Okay, I didn't think so. But obviously Funtime Freddy attacks from the right. I'm not sure where Baby attacks because she hasn't attacked me yet. But Freddy attacks from the right. Okay, I thought I seen him out. So I wonder what this game does with the lore in terms of how do they associate with themselves with the FNAF lore. Guess we'll find out. Heard something. I wonder if there's a sound cue for... Okay, so Funtime Freddy is about to pull up on me. I wonder if there's a sound cue for when, if you're not looking at the cameras, you know that Foxy's coming. I don't think that's a thing in the first game, so I couldn't imagine... Okay, he's coming. So I couldn't imagine that that's a thing in this game too. Okay, so he's back. I'm gonna try to keep it to at least 50% just so I don't like put it all the way up every time I look at it. This is oddly... I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know where Baby's at. That's a little bit of a concern. Daddy, why won't you let me play with her? We're coming to the door. Was that just luck? Okay, so Freddy's pulling up. Oh, no, Ballora. Keep watching this door. You can see like the little crack at the left that whoever's gonna be coming. Didn't hear a sound cue that she... Okay, she's gone. Okay. There's Baby. God, you forget how big they really are. Okay, Ballora's back. And Baby's still here. This is really not cash money, guys. Okay, you're still here. You're here too. Okay. They're gone. They're gone. Foxy's still chilling. What was that reaction? Okay, so Avos for sure malfunctioned. Okay, they hit me with like the night 5 FNAF phone call type beat. No. Yes. No. No. Is Avos supposed to move? Yes. I never beat it, but it's still in work in progress.
Hello. Just want to let you know the AVOS system seems to have malfunctioned. We're working on getting fixed, but it could take a while before that happens. He should be deactivated, so if anything does happen, just send a report at the end of your shift.
Who was that?
That should be about it.
Bro! Off the rip? Off the rip? I'm offed immediately? Hold on. Hold on. Dude, Foxy pulled up on me. What? That's insane work, dude. Insane work, bro. Insane work. Okay. So what's different about this one is that you actually get a phone call. I don't think the past first
Just want
few
to
were
let
the
you know
phone
the
calls.
AVOS system seems to have malfunctioned. We're working
You don't
on
say.
getting fixed, but it could take a while before that happens. He should be deactivated, so if anything does happen, just send a report at the end of your shift. That should be about it. Have a good night.
This has got me like, dude, I'm not usually like, no! Go away. Are you back? No. You can hear. You can hear him like shuffle over. He did it again! See, my sound cue game is on point. No, it's not! Screw this, dude. Okay, I'm gonna try this in a different video. But this game is insane, okay? This game is fun. It's really fun. I'm gonna beat this, okay? So you guys have a great day. Christ is King. Later.